Sup guys, Nathan the That Album Reviewer Guy here, doing another review. Second review number 2. And today I'm going to be reviewing the new Within Temptation album, Hydra. And Hydra will be in stores January 31st in Europe and February 4th, I believe, in North America. Now, Within Temptation is mainly a symphonic metal band, and they're not bad. That's the most generic thing I can say about them. They're not bad. But yeah, so I'm going to go through a few tracks on this album. Not all of them, because I don't really have anything to say about every single track on the album. And I'm only going through the regular version of the album because there's like a bunch of bonus tracks, and the combined length of all those bonus tracks is almost the same length as the regular album. But alright, let's get to it. Okay, so the first track that I'm going to talk about is Dangerous, which features, well, first I'm going to say that this album has quite a few guests on it, and this track, Dangerous, is the first one with a guest on it. That guest is former Killswitch Engage vocalist Howard Jones. And, you know, Howard Jones, he's with a new band now called Devil You Know, and they're supposed to be releasing their first album or EP or something this year. So that should be interesting. But, so yeah, Dangerous. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. Matter of fact, well, let's just say, let me start over. Second review, still a little new to this whole review thing, so if this one sucks, just like the first one, I apologize. But, sorry about that. Anyway, very good intro, and Howard Jones is on this track. His voice, incredible. Okay, I'm a huge Killswitch Engage fan. They're actually my favorite band. But Jesse Leach is good too. But this isn't a Killswitch Engage review. Okay, this is a Within Temptation review. So, yeah, Howard Jones and Sharon Dane Adele, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. But their vocals coincide with each other in a good way. Very good way. And the only problem I have with it, it's a very, very small nitpicky thing, is that Howard Jones' voice is very noticeably auto-tuned. Tons of people use auto-tune nowadays because they can't sing, or just to make their voice sound a little better, I guess. But it's not a big issue, but it's just one of those tiny things that, you know, people are just gonna nitpick about, like me. But I'm not taking anything away from the song. It's a great track, don't get me wrong. Very, very good song. Next, And We Run. This is another song that features a guest, and this guest on this song is the rapper Exhibit. And this song is mainly a symphonic song. It doesn't have any guitar or anything until about a minute and a half in, and then it starts to get a bit heavier. And then that's when Exhibit comes in, when the song starts to get heavy. And I'm going to say this, Exhibit's raps, they do fit well with the instrumentals and stuff, and Sharon's backing vocals really add to that as well. The only thing, I don't know why, but whenever rappers repeat something over and over and over again, I just can't stand it. I don't really like it. And it's just rappers too. Like, if a rock vocalist or something repeats something, fine. But if a rapper does it, I don't know why, I just don't like it. It's probably because of modern rap today. You know, with like, racks on racks on racks, racks on racks on racks. Shut up. My God. Stop saying the same crap over and over and think of something new to say. That's probably why I feel that way about rappers repeating stuff, but that's pretty much it. The next song, Paradise, What About Us? Guess what? Another guest. This guest is Tarja. I'm not even going to I can't speak now. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her name. Her last name, or whatever. We'll just call her Tarja, because I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. If not, whatever. But, yeah. Tarja. She has like an opera-type voice. And it fits very well within Temptation's sound. I mean, they're this symphonic metal band, and opera-type vocals, like Tarja brings to the song, really fit. They really fit. And her voice mixes with Sharon's very well. Because Sharon has like the lower pitches, and Tarja brings the higher pitches into the song. It really works together very, very well. Excellent work from the two of them. And next song is Edge of the World. Next song that I'm going to talk about is Edge of the World. And soft and slow for the first verse and the chorus. Okay, then it builds up in the second verse. Starts to get a bit heavier. And it's basically another song that's a very symphonic song until a certain point. And at this point it's like 3 minutes in. That's when the guitar and like the heavy drums start to kick in. And that's very similar to the build-up of And We Run. That's just like a little too trying to think of the word, redundant, because they had like pretty much the same build-up in their song And We Run featuring Exhibit. But I'm not saying it's a bad song, I'm just saying they could have built it up a little differently in the beginning. And next we have Tell Me Why, which is the longest song on the album. It comes in like 6 minutes and 13 seconds. And first of all, great intro. Great intro. And not only is Tell Me Why like the longest song on the album, but to me it's the heaviest. I mean, other people might say it's not. Other people might say Dangerous is the heaviest just because it has Howard Jones in it. No. No, it is not. It's decently heavy, but you know, it's not really too heavy. Not as heavy as this one. And I'm not saying this song is all that heavy either, because this album isn't really that heavy. But this is definitely the heaviest song on the album, if you ask me anyway. And it is 6 minutes and 13 seconds long. And you know, when you have a song like that, you know, I think it's like 4 minutes or 5 minutes when people start to tune out, some people. But this song was very good for its length. They were able to stretch the song out to 6 minutes and 13 seconds, which was really good. And it was a good song, very good song. And finally, Whole World Is Watching. I'm going to talk about the US version because that's where I live. Or North American version, or whatever. Because there's two different versions of the song which features two different guests. So I'm going to talk about this one. And the guest is Dave Pirner, the lead vocalist for the band Soul Asylum. And they do like a duet kind of thing, Sharon and Dave. And it's not bad. Not in the least. It's very good. It's probably the softest song on the album. Because it doesn't really have guitar. But it's a great song to end the album. But it feels like it's lacking something for me. Probably guitar, but I don't know. Probably guitar though. But because I'm pretty sure it's the only song that doesn't feature guitar on the album. But it's not terrible. Okay. But, you know, other than that, it is a good song. A beautiful song, if you will. And yes, I'm going to use that word because it is beautiful. Their vocals together just work together beautifully. Guys can say beautiful too. Come at me, bro. But in all seriousness, this was a very good album. Okay. Favorite songs. I actually do have favorites and least favorites on this album. Favorite songs, Dangerous. And not just because I'm a big Killswitch Engage fan and Howard Jones in it. No, because it's a great song. Okay. I mentioned it earlier. I'm not going to go through everything I said about the song again. And tell me why. Another one of my favorites on this album. Least favorites, Dog Days. I didn't talk about this song, but it's, for me, it's too bland. It's too boring. I mean, it's like the most boring song on the album. I'm like, I could listen to it, but I'm not really gonna enjoy it all that much. But that's the only least favorite song I have on the album. All in all, I give this album a 7.5 out of 10. Not quite an 8, but it's above a 7. 7.5. That's a fair rating. And again, the album comes out January 31st in Europe and February 4th in North America. Within Temptation's album Hydra. Go check it out. This is Nathan, That Album Reviewer Guy. I will see you next time.